For me, the most interesting thing about architectural education is its breadth, that it's one of those few remaining disciplines where you can partake in discussions about culture, about knowledge, about literature, about art, and about the sizing of a beam perhaps within the same day.
Architecture is a very broad church, so essentially there's a whole range of the field of operations that somebody can do as an architect. And the critical thing that I would say about the system in Queen's is that we try and find a place for all of those different ways of doing things based on the student. So we don't prescribe those routes, but we're very interested that if somebody has a particular agenda, that it be fostered and supported by the staff, and that we find a mechanism to allow them to articulate that.
It's more about models, so you have a direct approach about how light falls into the building and how rooms are constructed, because you actually make them.
You're in one studio with MArrch 1 students as well as MArrch 2 students. You get to mix with everyone on the course who have different experiences and different approaches to their study. So I think it's really important and it's really enriching to experience that.
Other things that we do is that we have a publishing house which we seek to produce and disseminate work from the floor, and those books are now sold internationally and selling very well.
I was granted a travel scholarship from Queen's to travel to Nairobi during the summer, and I lived in QUB, which is one of the biggest informal settlements in Africa, to study, and Queen's gave me the opportunity.
I came back to Queen's because I really missed Belfast, and for me I really enjoyed my undergrad and really missed the whole sort of sense of community.
Belfast is a very exciting place to be right now because it's in a moment of change, and part of that change has to do with all these festivals that are happening in the city, and we're trying to get students from Queen's involved in those festivals, such as Culture Night or Cathedral Quarter Arts Festival.
Belfast is an incredibly interesting place because, like other port cities, it has a liminality, so you're not really quite sure where it belongs. Obviously, in Belfast this is intensified by a kind of political history, where it's kind of part of Ireland, part of Britain, it's on the Atlantic seaboard, it's on the periphery of Europe. So it has all this kind of melting pot going on. At the same time, you have an incredible kind of geographical or geological location with the backdrop of the mountains and the idea of the sea, and it's kind of caught between those things.
There's lots of aspects that I like about London as well, but Belfast is, you can't really top it sometimes.